Life can feel like a raging river, rushing, unpredictable, sometimes pulling us under with currents of stress, doubt, and chaos. But what if you could stand firm in its flow, grounded in peace, with a heart full of hope, and a mind as clear as a morning sky? This is the promise of Buddhist wisdom, a timeless guide through life's turbulence. In this journey, we'll explore 7 transformative steps, each a radiant insight drawn from the Buddha's teachings, crafted to help you navigate challenges and embrace every moment with unshakable calm and vibrant positivity. Whether you're wrestling with uncertainty, yearning for meaning, or simply craving a brighter way to face each day, these principles will illuminate your path, empowering you to weave resilience, joy, and purpose into the fabric of your life. Step into this adventure and discover how to not just survive, but thrive in the chaotic, beautiful dance of existence. Step 1. Cultivate positivity through mindfulness. You're rushing through a crowded morning, emails piling up, a meeting looming, your phone buzzing incessantly. Your mind races, snagged on a sharp comment from yesterday's conversation, then leaping to tomorrow's to-do list. It's exhausting, like trying to hold water in your hands. Then you pause. You take a slow breath, feeling the cool air in your lungs, noticing the weight of your feet on the ground. The world softens just for a moment, and you're here, fully here. This is mindfulness, the cornerstone of Buddhist wisdom, and the first step to anchoring yourself in the positivity, no matter what life throws at you. Buddhism teaches that the mind shapes our world. The Buddha saw the mind as a powerful force, not just a silent observer. Every thought you entertain, whether frustration or gratitude, colors the lens through which you see life. Mindfulness is the practice of choosing where to focus, stepping into the present moment with clear, gentle awareness. It's not about silencing the noise of daily life. It's about finding peace within it, like a still lake reflecting a stormy sky. When you're mindful, you notice small joys, a warm mug in your hands, the rhythm of rain outside, that often slip by in the rush. Let me share a story about someone who discovered this for herself. A few years ago, Maya, a teacher in her 30s, felt buried under pressure. Her days blurred with lesson plans, parent emails, and sleepless nights worrying about her students' struggles. She snapped at her family, felt drained by noon, and believed she was letting everyone down. One day, overwhelmed, she sat in her classroom during lunch, staring at a half-eaten sandwich. A colleague, noticing her stress, offered a simple suggestion. Just breathe for a minute. Really feel it. Skeptical but desperate, Maya tried. She closed her eyes, focusing on her breath, how it flowed in, steady and cool, then out, warm and slow. For the first time in weeks, her racing thoughts paused. She noticed the faint hum of the air conditioner, the texture of the desk under her fingers. It wasn't magic, but it was a shift. She felt grounded, as if she'd reclaimed a piece of herself. Maya began weaving these moments into her routine. On her commute, she turned off the radio and listened to the sounds around her. Birds chirping, tires on pavement. While grading papers, she paused to stretch, feeling her shoulders relax. At home, she started eating dinner with her family without distractions, savoring the crunch of vegetables, the laughter over a shared joke. These weren't grand gestures, but they changed her. The stress didn't vanish. Papers still piled up. Kids still tested her patience, but it stopped ruling her. She faced challenges with a clearer head, rediscovered patience she thought she'd lost, and found joy in small things, like a shy student's smile after mastering a tough concept. Mindfulness became her anchor, turning chaotic days into ones she could navigate with resilience and even hope. This is what mindfulness offers, a way to live fully in the now, where positivity flows naturally, not forced. Life doesn't wait for perfect conditions. Deadlines press, relationships fray, unexpected setbacks sting. Without mindfulness, it's easy to spiral, replaying a work mistake, fretting over bills, letting negativity build like static. The Buddha's wisdom points out, the present is your strength. By rooting yourself here, you choose how to respond, not just react. That harsh email? You breathe, reread, and reply with clarity. A sleepless night? You focus on the pillow's softness, letting worries drift. Each moment of awareness builds a foundation, making positivity not a fleeting wish, but a steady state. How do you start? Simpler than you think, and you don't need hours or a retreat. Begin with your breath, your constant companion. Take 1 minute each day to sit quietly, feeling the air move through you. Notice your chest resides, your body settling. It's a signal to yourself. You're here, and that's enough. Carry this into your routine. When you sip tea, taste its warmth, its subtle bitterness. When you walk, feel the ground pushing back against your steps, the breeze brushing your skin. These are acts of presence, small rebellions against distraction. Mindfulness also means meeting your thoughts with kindness. Picture them like waves on a shore, some crash, some ripple. You don't need to fight them. Notice when negativity pulls you back, a pang of self-doubt, a flare of anger, and gently redirect your focus. Maybe it's a colleague's laugh, or the way sunlight spills across your desk. If your mind wanders, that's okay. The practice is returning, again and again, to this moment. Over time, these returns make you stronger. A tense meeting no longer feels like a battle. A long day becomes a series of manageable steps. You're not just staying positive, you're reshaping how you experience life. Maya's story shows this isn't theory, it's real, human, practical. She didn't become a Zen master. She became herself again, but steadier. Her days grew brighter because she chose to notice them. This step, mindfulness, is your first thread in a larger tapestry. It's the foundation for what's next. A heart opened by gratitude, a self lifted by compassion. By living in the now, you're not just surviving life's rush, you're crafting a way to thrive, ready to weave the next piece of this journey with clarity and joy. Step 2. Foster gratitude. You've begun anchoring yourself in the present, finding peace amid life's hustle through mindfulness. Now, as you stand in this moment, picture a day when everything feels heavy. Maybe a gray morning, a spilled coffee, a nagging worry about bills. It's tempting to focus on what's wrong, to let the weight pull you down. But what if you paused and noticed something else? The way your shoes still fit comfortably, the stranger who held the door, the fact that you woke up to try again. This shift, choosing to see the good, is gratitude. And it's the next step in weaving positivity into your life, a practice Buddhism sees as a key to unlocking joy. The Buddha taught that gratitude transforms how we experience the world. It's not about ignoring hardships, but recognizing the gifts woven into each day, however small. In Buddhist wisdom, gratitude isn't just saying thank you. It's a way of being, a lens that reveals life's abundance. When you're grateful, you don't just tally blessings. You feel them deeply, like warmth spreading through your chest. It's the difference between rushing through breakfast and pausing to savor the crispness of toast, the laughter of a loved one across the table. Gratitude takes the ordinary and makes it sacred, turning fleeting moments into anchors for a hopeful heart. Let me tell you about Javier, a barista who found this truth in an unexpected way. Javier's life wasn't easy. Long shifts at a noisy cafe, barely enough for rent, and a recent breakup that left him raw. Each day felt like a slog. Same orders, same complaints, same ache in his feet. One evening, bone tired, he overheard a customer mention a habit. writing down one thing each day that made her smile. Curious, Javier tried it. That night he scribbled, "Old man tipped me $1 and called me son." It felt silly at first, but the next day he noticed more. The way a coworker sneaked him an extra cookie, how the cafe's worn wooden counter gleamed under the lights. He kept writing. Kid drew a smiley face on a napkin. Rain stopped right when my shift ended. Javier's list started short but grew. He began seeking moments worth noting. A regular's soft, "You're the best part of my morning." The scent of fresh coffee beans, even the way his tired feet carried him home. The cafe didn't change. The bills still came. But Javier did. He started smiling more, not because life was perfect, but because he saw it differently. He thanked coworkers for small things, left notes for customers who brightened his day. His heart felt lighter, like he'd cleared clutter from a room. Gratitude didn't erase his struggles, it gave him strength to face them. A reminder that even on tough days, life held something worth holding on to. Months later, he realized he wasn't just surviving his shifts. He was finding joy in them, building connections that made work meaningful. This is gratitude's power. It reshapes your perspective. Life doesn't always hand you big wins. Sometimes it's a flat tire, a missed bus, a sleepless night. Without gratitude, these moments can loom large, overshadowing everything. But Buddhism offers a different path. The Buddha saw gratitude as a magnet for miracles, not flashy ones, but quiet shifts that make life richer. When you notice the good, a friend's text, a deep breath, the roof over your head, you're not just counting blessings, you're training your heart to seek light, even in darkness. How do you make this part of your life? It starts small, like Javier's scribbled notes. Try a gratitude journal. Each night, write 3 things that brought you joy or comfort. Maybe it's a song that lifted your mood, a hot shower after a long day, or a memory that made you chuckle. Don't overthink it. Simplicity is its strength. During the day, pause to notice what's around you. Feel the weight of your favorite mug. Hear the birds outside. See how a coworker's eyes crinkle when they laugh. These aren't distractions. They are threads of abundance, waiting for you to weave them into your story. Gratitude also grows through action. Say thank you out loud. To the cashier who bagged your groceries, the friend who listened, even yourself for pushing through a tough moment. Write a note to someone who helped you or share a kind word. These acts ripple outward, building connection and reminding you you're part of something bigger. And don't shy away from the hard stuff. Gratitude isn't just for sunny days, it's for storms too. A rough week might teach you resilience. A loss might show you who's always there. Naming these lessons doesn't erase pain, but it builds a bridge to hope. Javier's story isn't unique. It's a glimpse of what's possible when you choose to see life's gifts. Your days, like his, are brimming with moments waiting to be noticed. This practice of gratitude flows naturally from mindfulness, the foundation you've begun to cultivate. By staying present, you've opened your eyes. Now, gratitude opens your heart, preparing you for the next step, speaking to yourself with the kindness you deserve. As you carry this warmth, you're not just building positivity. You're crafting a life where each day feels like a quiet feast, rich with meaning and ready for what's next. Step 3. Speak kindly to yourself. You've learned to root yourself in the present with mindfulness, letting life's rush soften into moments you can hold. Gratitude has warmed your heart, teaching you to seek light in every day. A kind word, a small win, your own steady breath. But what happens when you turn inward? When the voice in your head speaks up? Too often, it's sharp, quick to point out flaws. You botched that presentation. You're not good enough. Why can't you get it right? It's a weight that dims the positivity you're building. Now, it's time to shift that voice. to cradle yourself with the same care you'd give a dear friend. This is self-compassion, the third step in Buddhist wisdom, a gentle revolution that transforms how you meet yourself and the world. In Buddhism, the Buddha taught that kindness begins within. He spoke of right speech, not just in how we talk to others, but in the words we whisper to ourselves. Your inner dialogue isn't neutral. It's a brushstroke painting your sense of worth, one stroke at a time. Harsh self-criticism builds walls, trapping you in doubt and draining your strength. But self-compassion tears those walls down, offering understanding instead of judgment. It's not about ignoring mistakes or pretending everything's perfect. It's about seeing yourself as human, flawed, growing, worthy of love. When you speak kindly to yourself, you create a safe harbor, a place where positivity can take root, no matter what storms blow through. Consider Priya, a nurse who learned this lesson through struggle. Priya loved her job, but long hospital shifts, 12 hours of beeping monitors, grieving families, and endless charts left her drained. She was always hard on herself, a habit from childhood. If a patient's condition worsened, she thought, I should have caught it sooner. If she snapped at a colleague, she'd spiral. I'm a terrible person. One night, after a chaotic shift where she comforted a scared teenager through a procedure only to second-guess every word she said, Priya broke down in the break room. Exhausted, she recalled something her mother used to say, talk to yourself like you were talking to me. It hit her. Would she ever tell her mom or anyone she loved, you're not good enough? Priya decided to try something different. The next day, when she fumbled a bandage change, instead of the usual, you're so clumsy, she paused and thought, it's okay. You're learning under pressure. It felt awkward, like trying on new clothes. But she kept going. In quiet moments, she'd sip tea, notice her racing thoughts, and gently redirect them. You did your best today. That's enough. She started whispering affirmations in the mirror before shifts. I'm capable. I'm trying. I'm here. Small words that felt like lifelines. At home, she'd light a candle and breathe, letting the day's weight go, reminding herself that being human sometimes means stumbling. Over weeks, Priya noticed a shift. The hospital was still demanding. Patients still had bad days. Charts still piled up. But her inner world softened. When she made a mistake, she didn't drown in guilt. She saw it as a chance to grow. She laughed more with colleagues, felt steadier with patients. One day, a coworker pulled her aside after she'd calmed a panicked family. You seem radiant lately, he said. Priya realized it wasn't just her work. It was her. By treating herself kindly, she'd built a strength that spilled outward, touching those around her. Self-compassion didn't make her perfect. It made her whole. This is what self-compassion delivers. A way to be your own ally, not your harshest critic. Life already throws enough challenges. Late deadlines, tense conversations, moments of doubt. Without kindness, those moments fester, eroding the positivity you've nurtured. But Buddhism lights a different path. The Buddha knew a compassionate heart starts with you. When you meet your flaws with understanding, you free up energy to face the world with clarity and grace. A bad day doesn't define you. It's just a day. And you're still here, growing. How do you begin? It's less about grand gestures and more about quiet shifts. Start by listening to your inner voice. Next time it's cruel, you're such a failure. Pause. Take a breath. Feel your feet on the ground and ask, would I say this to someone I love? Then try something gentler. I didn't get it right this time, but I'm trying. It might feel strange, but words have power. Write down a few affirmations that resonate. I'm worthy of care. I'm doing my best. And say them aloud, maybe while brushing your teeth, letting them sink in. Create space for stillness. Spend a few minutes daily sitting quietly, focusing on your breath. When thoughts arise, self-doubt, frustration, don't fight them. Acknowledge them like clouds passing overhead. Then let them go. This isn't ignoring your flaws. It's refusing to let them define you. If you're stuck, try writing a letter to yourself, the way you'd comfort a friend. Wow, I know today was rough, but you showed up. That's strength. These small acts reshape your inner story, building a voice that lifts instead of cuts. Self-compassion also means celebrating yourself, not just fixing what's wrong. Finished a task? Smile and say, "Nice job." Helped someone? Whisper, "That mattered." These moments stack up, creating a foundation of worth that holds when life shakes. And it's not selfish, it's essential. When you're kind to yourself, you have more to give. Patience for a grumpy colleague, warmth for a struggling friend. Like Priya, you'll find your inner softness becomes outer strength, a light that draws others in. This step flows from mindfulness's presence and gratitude's openness. By anchoring in the now, you've learned to see clearly. By seeking life's gifts, you've warmed your heart. Now self-compassion turns that warmth inward, preparing you for the next step, caring for your body as the temple it is. As you speak kindly to yourself, you're not just building positivity, you're forging resilience that carries you forward, ready to embrace life's fullness with a heart that knows its worth. Step 4. Nourish your body. You've found a steady rhythm with mindfulness, rooting yourself in the present to meet life's hustle with clarity. Gratitude has warmed your heart, teaching you to cherish each day's light, a kind word, a small victory, your own steady breath. Self-compassion has softened your inner voice, turning criticism into care. Now, pause and feel the vessel carrying you through this journey, your body. It's there in every step, every breath, every heartbeat, quietly supporting you. Yet how often do you honor it? Life's demands, late nights, skipped meals, endless screens, can leave it neglected, like a house left untended. This fourth step, drawn from Buddhist wisdom, invites you to nourish your body as a sacred companion, a foundation for positivity that strengthens every practice you've embraced. In Buddhism, the body isn't separate from the mind or spirit. It's a living temple, a gift that holds your experience and carries your aspirations. The Buddha taught that caring for the body isn't vanity. It's reverence, a way to nurture balance and harmony. When your body is nourished, rested, and strong, it becomes a steadfast ally, amplifying your ability to be present, grateful, and kind. Neglect it, and fatigue or discomfort can cloud even the clearest intentions, like trying to paint a masterpiece on a torn canvas. Nourishing your body means tending to its needs with intention, weaving physical well-being into the fabric of your inner peace. Take Amina's story, a single mother who rediscovered this truth. Amina's days were a marathon, up at dawn to pack lunches for her 2 kids, driving deliveries, then rushing home to cook and help with homework. Her body was an afterthought. She'd grab fast food between stops, stay up late for chores, and ignore the back pain from hours behind the wheel. She told herself she was fine. She had to keep going for her family. But exhaustion crept in, making her irritable. She'd snap at her kids over small things, then feel guilty, her self-compassion practice faltering. One morning, after spilling coffee and nearly missing a delivery, she caught her reflection in the van's window, slumped shoulders, tired eyes. Something clicked. I can't pour from an empty cup. Amina started small. She swapped soda for water, noticing how it cooled her throat and sharpened her focus. During breaks, she stepped outside, stretching her arms skyward, feeling her spine lengthen. At home, she carved out 10 minutes before feast to lie on the floor, breathing deeply, letting her body unwind. These weren't luxuries. they were lifelines. She began cooking simple meals with her kids, chopping peppers, stirring rice, turning dinner into a shared ritual that fed more than their stomachs. Sleep became non-negotiable. She turned off her phone early, savoring the quiet as her head hit the pillow. Movement found its way in, too, walking the block with her daughter, laughing as they raced to the corner, her legs buzzing with each step. The changes weren't instant, but they stacked up. Amina's energy returned. She could focus better on her routes, joke with customers, stay patient when her son spilled juice. Her back hurt less. Her mood lifted. One evening, her daughter hugged her and said, "You're happier now, Mommy." Amina realized it wasn't just her body thriving. It was all of her. By caring for her physical health, she'd strengthened her mindfulness, deepened her gratitude, and made self-compassion easier. Her body wasn't a burden. It was a partner, carrying her through life with newfound grace. This is what nourishing your body provides. A solid foundation as you build positivity. Life doesn't pause. Work presses, responsibilities pile, stress tugs at your edges. Without care, your body falters, dimming the clarity and warmth you've cultivated. But Buddhism offers a wiser path. The Buddhas saw physical health as a pillar of a balanced life, inseparable from spiritual growth. When you eat well, move with purpose, and rest deeply, you're not just surviving. You're creating space for joy, resilience, and connection. How do you start? It's about intention, not perfection. Begin with what you eat. See food as fuel and ritual. Slice an apple. Feel its crispness as under your knife. Taste its tartness. Add greens to your plate. Savor their earthy flavor, knowing they are nourishing your strength. It's not about rigid diets. It's about balance. Enjoying a warm cookie, but choosing what fuels your vitality. Move your body, even briefly. Walk to the mailbox. Notice your arms swinging. The ground beneath you. Stretch in the morning. Feel your shoulders open. Your breath deepen. If you can, dance to a favorite song. Let your hips sway. Your pulse quicken. These acts wake your body, lifting your spirit. Rest is just as vital. Allow yourself sleep, not as an afterthought, but as renewal. Turn off the lights early. Feel the softness of your sheets. Let the day's weight slip away. Even a short nap can recharge you, like sunlight on a wilting plant. And listen to your body's signals. Tight shoulders, heavy head. Pause, roll your neck. Water. These small gestures are acts of care. Reminders that your body deserves as much attention as your mind. Beyond the basic six, nourish your body with mindfulness. When you shower, feel the water's warmth, the glide of soap. When you sit, notice your posture, adjust to feel supported. These moments tie to your practice, being present, grateful, kind. Amina's story shows it's not about drastic overhaul. It's about steady choices that build strength. Your body isn't just a tool. It's the foundation where your journey unfolds, the home of every laugh, tear, and step forward. This step weaves tightly with what came before. Mindfulness tunes you to your body's needs. Gratitude makes you cherish its gifts, a heartbeat, a deep breath. Self-compassion reminds you, rest, not perfection, is okay. By nourishing your body, you're preparing for what's next. Embracing change with the energy to grow. You're not just building positivity. You're creating a life where every part of you thrives, ready to step boldly into the adventure ahead. Step 5. Embrace change and growth. Your journey has brought you to a place of strength. Mindfulness anchors you in the present. Gratitude lights up your everyday. Self-compassion wraps you in kindness. And a nourished body gives you vitality. But life doesn't stand still. Days shift like seasons, bringing new challenges, opportunities, or moments that nudge you towards something unfamiliar. A new job, a move, a chance to rethink who you are. It's easy to cling to what's known, to let fear of the unknown dim your spark. Yet Buddhism offers a different invitation. Step boldly into change, seeing it not as disruption, but as fertile ground for growth. This fifth step is about embracing life's constant flow, weaving adaptability into your path of positivity. The Buddha taught that impermanence is life's heartbeat. Everything changes, from clouds drifting overhead to the dreams you hold. Resisting this truth creates tension, like gripping a rope that's pulling away. Embracing it, though, is like learning to dance with the wind, fluid, open, alive. In Buddhist wisdom, growth isn't about chasing novelty for its own sake. It's about meeting change with curiosity, letting it draw you into a fuller version of yourself. When you say yes to new experiences, a conversation with a stranger, a skill you've never tried, you're not just adapting, you're evolving, adding color to your life's canvas. Consider Elena, a graphic designer in her late 20s, who stumbled into this lesson. Her life felt safe but stagnant. Same desk, same projects, same quiet evenings scrolling her phone. She was good at her job, but boredom gnawed at her. Last year, her company offered a workshop on video editing, a skill she'd never touched. Her first instinct was to skip it. I'm not a video person. What if I'm bad at it? But something nudged her to sign up. The first session was overwhelming. New software, unfamiliar terms, clumsy fingers on the keyboard. Yet as she fumbled through, she felt a spark of excitement, like uncovering a hidden path. Elena kept going. She stayed late to edit clips, feeling the thrill of a smooth transition, the hum of her laptop like a heartbeat. Beyond work, she tried other new things, a pottery class, where her hands shaped wet clay into wobbly bowls, a solo hike, where her boots crunched on gravel and her lungs burned with fresh air. Each step felt shaky at first, but alive. Failure wasn't the enemy she feared. A lopsided pot became a quirky plant holder. A wrong turn on a trail led to a stunning view. Change didn't just teach her skills, it reshaped her. She pitched bolder ideas at work, laughed off mistakes, even reconnected with old friends she'd been too shy to call. By embracing the unknown, Elena didn't just grow, she bloomed, her days richer with possibility. This is what embracing change offers, a chance to expand, to let life surprise you. Stagnation feels safe, but it dims the positivity you've built. An unbroken routine, an avoided risk. These can shrink your world, making gratitude harder to find, self-compassion tested by boredom. But Buddhism lights a braver path. The Buddha saw life as a river, always moving, and growth as the art of navigating its flow. When you try something new, cooking a dish you've never tasted, speaking up in a meeting, facing a fear like public speaking, you're not just changing your day. You're shaping your spirit, creating space for joy and resilience. How do you begin? It's not about leaping off cliffs, but taking small, curious steps. Pick one thing this week that feels unfamiliar, but sparks interest. Maybe it's signing up for a dance class, feeling your hips sway to music, your pulse quickening. Or try a new recipe, chopping herbs, smelling their sharp green tang. If it's a bigger shift like a career change, break it down. Read an article, email a contact. Feel the ground solid beneath your choice. Each step builds courage. Notice your hesitation too. When fear whispers, "What if I fail?" answer with kindness, rooted in your compassion. Either way, I'll learn something. Write down what you try, 3 new things this month, and how they feel. A journal tracks your growth, turning experiments into milestones. Change also means inner shifts. Revisit old beliefs. I'm not creative, I'm too shy, and test them. Paint a picture, even if it's messy. Join a group, even if your voice shakes. These acts tie to your journey. Mindfulness keeps you present as you step forward. Gratitude makes you cherish the effort. Self-compassion cushions stumbles. A strong body gives you energy to try. Failure isn't a dead end. It's a detour. Often to unexpected gifts, a new friend, a hidden strength. Elena's path shows it's not about perfection. It's about movement. Your life, like hers, is full of chances to stretch, to let change polish you. This step builds on the foundation you've laid, giving your positivity wings to soar into new spaces. By embracing growth, you're preparing for what's next, setting goals that guide your path with purpose. You're not just staying positive, you're crafting a life brimming with adventure, ready to unaid in ways you never dreamed. Step choice. Set achievable goals. You've built a foundation of presence with mindfulness, warmed your days with gratitude, softened your heart with self-compassion, strengthened your body, and welcomed change as a path to growth. Now, as you stand in a richer version of yourself, life whispers a new question. Where will you go next? Not in pursuit of grand destinations or flawless plans, but in channeling your energy with purpose, taking meaningful steps. This sixth step, rooted in Buddhist wisdom, is about setting achievable goals, a practice that directs your positivity into a path forward, and balancing ambition with patience like a steady hand steering a boat through gentle waves. Buddhism's middle way offers timeless guidance here. The Buddha taught that life thrives in balance, not straining for impossible heights, nor drifting aimlessly. Goals shape your aspirations, like trail markers, but they must be reachable to keep you moving. Unattainable dreams can breed frustration, dimming the light you've kindled. Goals too small can leave you restless, craving high. Achievable goals, though, are like well-placed stepping stones. Each one builds confidence, carrying you toward growth without overwhelming you. They're not just about the finish line. They're about savoring the journey, finding joy in the act of progressing. There's a woman named Malik whose story brings this to life. Malik, a part-time librarian in her 40s, always felt stuck in an unfinished chapter of her life. She dreamed of opening a community bookstore, a cozy space for stories and connection. But the idea felt daunting, too big, too risky. Last spring, while browsing a dusty shelf at work, she paused at a novel about a woman who rebuilt her life one small choice at a time. It struck her. Malik realized her dream didn't need to be complete. She could start with pieces, steps that fit her reality. She began humbly. Her first goal was to research bookstores for 1 hour a week. She sat with her laptop, a steaming tea beside her, noting layouts, suppliers, costs. The details were tough, but an hour felt doable, like a puzzle she could solve. Next, she aimed to save $50 a month, tucking cash into a jar, watching it grow like a promise. She enrolled in a free online course on small business basics EX, scribbling notes while her kids slept, her pen rustling in the quiet. Each goal was a brick, small but solid. Some weeks, she missed her savings target or skipped a lesson, but her compassion kicked in. It's okay, keep going. She'd adjust, save $30, research for 20 minutes, and move forward. Months later, Malik hadn't opened her shop, but she'd built something else. Momentum. She'd joined a local entrepreneurs group, her voice steady as she shared her vision. She'd saved enough to visit a bookstore owner an hour away, smelling the pages and wooden shelves, feeling her dream take shape. Her kids noticed her spark, taping book drawings to her jar. Malik's goals weren't flashy. They were hers, rooted in her reality. Each step a victory that fueled her positivity. She wasn't at the finish line, but she was walking, her path clearer, her heart fuller. This is what achievable goals deliver. A way to move with purpose, turning dreams into steps you can take today. Life can feel adrift without direction. Days blur. Motivation fades. Even gratitude struggles when you're stuck. But Buddhism points me to a wiser way. The Buddha's middle way reminds you progress is a marathon, not a sprint. Goals don't need to be huge to matter. Learning a skill, saving a little money, mending a relationship. They are powerful when they fit your life, stretching you enough to grow without breaking your stride. How do you begin? Start by pausing to reflect, using the mindfulness you've honed. What matters to you now? Maybe it's running a 5K, writing a story, or calling a friend weekly. Pick something that warms your chest. Then break it down. Big dreams need small pieces. Want to run? Start with a 10-minute walk, feeling your shoes hit the pavement, your breath quickening. Want to write? Try 100 words a day, fingers tapping, ideas flowing like water. Set a timeline, 3 months, a year, but keep it flexible. Life shifts, and your compassion lets you adapt. Miss a day, try tomorrow. Write your goals down somewhere you can see them. A notebook, a phone note. Make them specific. Not get healthy fine, but walk 20 minutes 3 times this week. Track your steps, not to judge, but to celebrate. Check off a walk, smile at the ink. Share your goals with someone, a friend, a partner. Saying them aloud makes them real, like planting a seed in shared soil. And celebrate progress, however small. Finish a week of walks? Treat yourself to a warm coffee. Savor its bitterness. Feel the pride. These moments, built on gratitude, keep you moving. Goals also mean facing setbacks. A busy week might derail your writing. An injury might pause your walks. Here, your journey's tools shine. Mindfulness, to stay present. Self-compassion, to forgive yourself. A strong body to try again. Adjust your goals. 50 words, a shorter walk, and keep going. Every step forward, however tiny, is growth. Proof of your resilience. Like Malik, you'll find that moving, planning, trying, learning, infuses your days with purpose, turning positivity into a living, breathing force. Malik's path shows goals don't need to be epic to change you. Your life, like hers, holds countless trails waiting for your first step. This practice builds on what you've woven. Mindfulness, to see clearly. Gratitude, to cherish the journey. Compassion, to steady you. A nourished body to carry you. Change, to open doors. By setting achievable goals, you're preparing for the final step. Filling your days with joy that lights your soul. You're not just staying positive. You're crafting a life where every step feels like a gift, guiding you to a future you can shape. Step 7. Do what brings you joy. You've woven a remarkable path. Mindfulness has steadied you in the present. Gratitude has brightened your days. Self-compassion has softened your heart. A nourished body has carried you further. Change has opened new doors, and achievable goals have guided your dreams. Now, as you stand in a fuller version of yourself, there's one final piece to embrace. Joy. Not the fleeting thrill of a perfect moment, but the deep, steady pulse of doing what lights your soul. Life's demands, work, chores, endless notifications can smother that spark, leaving you hollow. This 7th step, rooted in Buddhist wisdom, invites you to reclaim joy, filling your days with actions that resonate with who you are, making positivity not just a practice, but a way of being. The Buddha taught that joy isn't a luxury, it's essential, a nourishment for the spirit, as vital as food for the body. His concept of right livelihood reminds us to align our actions with our values, choosing paths that uplift rather than deplete. Doing what brings you joy doesn't mean shirking responsibilities. It's about weaving moments of delight into your routine, like golden threads in a tapestry. It's the laughter of a game night with friends, the quiet thrill of a brush on canvas, the peace of a walk where dry leaves crunch underfoot. These aren't distractions, they're fuel. recharging your resilience and deepening every practice you've built, from mindfulness to goal setting. Meet Samir, a mechanic whose story shows this truth in action. In a small garage filled with the clank of tools and the smell of oil, Samir spent his days fixing cars, a job he was good at, but didn't love. His real passion was music, strumming his guitar after work, the strings humming under his fingers, melodies carrying him somewhere free. But life grew heavy. Bills piled up, his father fell ill, and music felt like a hobby he couldn't afford. One Sunday, while helping his niece with a school project, they danced to an old song on the radio, giggling as they spun in the living room. Samir felt a lightness he hadn't in months, a reminder of what music did for him. He decided to bring it back, not as a fame-driven dream, but as part of his days. Samir started small. He set a goal, 15 minutes of guitar each evening, sitting on his porch, the wood creaking under his chair. The chords weren't perfect, but they vibrated with life, easing the day's strain. He joined a local open mic, hands sweaty as he played for a small crowd, their applause warming him like sunlight. At home, he'd sing with his niece, their voices blending, her giggles a reward richer than any paycheck. He even brought joy to work, humming as he tightened bolts, sharing a tune with a coworker who'd tap along. These moments didn't erase life's weight. His father's health still worried him. Money stayed tight, but they gave him strength to carry it. Joy became his anchor, tying to his gratitude for small wins, his compassion when he faltered, his courage to try something new. This is what doing what brings you joy provides. A wellspring of energy that lifts every part of your life. Without it, days turn mechanical. Duties stack up, positivity fades, even mindfulness struggles when you've lost your spark. But Buddhism lights a clearer path. The Buddha saw joy as an inner state, nurtured through choices that honor your essence. When you do what you love, write a poem, kick a soccer ball, bake bread with flour dusting your hands, you're not just passing time. You're alive, your heart open, your spirit renewed. How do you begin? Pause and listen to yourself, using the mindfulness you've sharpened. What makes your heart hum? Maybe it's gardening, your fingers in cool soil, the scent of earth, or dancing high, your body swaying to a beat, sweat on your brow. Maybe it's reading poetry, words curling like smoke in your mind, or calling a friend, your laughter echoing through sentence. Make a list, 5 things that spark joy, big or small. Then carve out time, even just 10 minutes a day. Strum a chord, sketch a line, stir a pot of soup, feel the steam rise. Treat these moments as sacred, not optional, like water for a plant. Balance is key, rooted in the middle way. Joy doesn't mean abandoning duties. Samir still fixed cars, paid bills. Instead, blend it into your routine. Sing in the shower, the water drumming your rhythm. Walk to work and notice flowers, their petals soft as you brush them. Share your joy too. Cook for a neighbor. Teach a kid to kick a ball. These acts ripple, amplifying your gratitude and connection. If time feels tight, start smaller. Hum a tune while washing dishes, bubbles catching light. Your nourished body supports this. Energy from good food, rest from sleep, makes joy more reachable. Obstacles will come, busy weeks, low moods. Here, your journey's tools shine. Compassion forgives a missed dance session. I'll try tomorrow. Change reminds you joy evolves. Maybe painting shifts to photography. Each click a new thrill. Goals keep you steady. Plan one joyful act a week. Track it like treasure. Mindfulness pulls you back when distractions tug, returning you to the feel of a paintbrush, the taste of fresh bread. Joy isn't selfish, it's strength. When you're lit up, you give more. patience to a grumpy coworker, warmth to a stranger. Samir's story shows joy isn't a destination. It's a practice, woven into life's mess. Your days, like his, hold countless chances to flare bright. This final step ties your journey together. Mindfulness opened your eyes. Gratitude warmed your heart. Self-compassion steadied you. A strong body carried you. Change stretched you. Goals guided you. Now joy completes the circle, turning positivity into a living pulse. You've built more than habits. You've crafted a life where every moment, joyful or tough, feels full, connected, yours. As you step forward, carry these 7 threads. You're not just positive. You're radiant, ready to meet life's dance with a heart that sings. A life woven with positivity, you've walked a remarkable path, threading 7 powerful practices into the fabric of your life, each a strand of Buddhist wisdom that strengthens and brightens your days. It began with mindfulness, where you learn to pause, feel your steady breath, and root yourself in the now, no matter how fast the world spins. From there, gratitude opened your eyes, turning ordinary moments, a warm meal, a kind glance, into treasures that light even the gloomiest hours. Self-compassion followed, softening your inner voice, wrapping you in kindness when mistakes sting or doubts creep in. With a nourished body, you honored the vessel carrying you. Through wholesome meals, gentle movement, and rest that renews, creating energy to meet life's demands. Embracing change came next, teaching you to step toward the unknown with curiosity, letting growth bloom like a flower in fresh soil. Achievable goals gave your dreams direction, breaking them into steady steps beneath your feet, guiding you with purpose and patience. Finally, joy completed the weave, filling your days with what lights your heart: music, laughter, creation, making every moment rich with meaning. These 7 steps aren't separate threads, they intertwine, each amplifying the others. Mindfulness sharpens your gratitude, letting you notice life's gifts. Self-compassion steadies you to care for your body, knowing it's worthy of love. A strong body fuels your courage to embrace change, while change sparks goals that keep you moving. Joy ties it all together, a spark flowing from presence, air, and purpose. Together, they form a tapestry. Not perfect, but yours. Rich with resilience and warmth. Life will still challenge you. Busy days, unexpected turns, and moments of doubt. But you're ready. With these practices, you've built a way to meet each hurdle with clarity, to find light in the struggle, to rise with a heart that's full. Keep them close. Pause to breathe. Seek the good. Speak gently to yourself. Move with care. Welcome the new. Plan your steps. Chase what delights you. These aren't just habits. They're a promise to yourself, a commitment to live fully, vibrantly, no matter what does. As you step forward, carry this wisdom like a lantern. It's not about reaching a perfect destination. It's about walking the path, savoring the crunch of gravel under your shoes, the breeze on your skin, the pulse of your own aliveness. You've learned to weave positivity into every day, to make life not just bearable, but beautiful. So go, live with presence, purpose, and joy. The world is waiting for the light you bring.